Out in Japan, Johnny, they want to know, Tonto calls the Lone Ranger Kimasabi. What is a Kimasabi to you?
Does it mean something in Japanese? Yeah, careful. Because I want to really be careful here. Well, Kimasabi, the origin of it. Wrong brother. Wrong guy.
Okay, thank you. Let's keep it going with the question from Korea. Jerry, do you guys have plans on taking the movie to Korea or being there at all with the cast?
I think we do. I think we might be there in July, so we're excited.
I would imagine some of the challenges in this is telling a uniquely American story, but making it approachable for the entire world to enjoy. So what were some of the aspects of that you looked into while making this movie?
Well, it's all about telling a great story. We're populated with great characters and wonderful themes, and then you get a brilliant director and fantastic stars like I'm sitting next to in it. That's the fun of it, bringing this whole caravan and circus that we carried around our southwestern part, our northwestern part of the country, and present it to the audience and to you out there, and that's the fun, to watch you enjoy what we just spent almost a year of our life filming and editing.
From Canada, Isabel has a question.
And then we asked Johnny to leave.
Isabel has a question for Army. What's your favorite scene in The Lone Ranger? I enjoyed seeing you take a look at some of the footage here today, and I could see you were looking at it a little differently, obviously. It's the first time seeing it, I would imagine.
Yeah, this is actually my first time seeing anything in the movie, and it's exactly what Gore was saying. You watch the scene, and unfortunately, you're not able to sort of you're not able to go with the movie. You're not able to sort of suspend your disbelief and go, oh, they're cowboys and those are the bad guys. You're kind of going, oh, that's me and that's how I stand? Like, that's it's like listening to yourself on voicemail. So you watch it and you remember being there. You're not looking at what's happening on the screen. You remember that day, oh man, it was 124 degrees that day. And oh, the cameras weren't even working. It was so hot. And oh, then we had to carry all and all of it, each scene was so difficult to make because we would be shooting places where they'd go, great, we're so excited that you're shooting here, you can't have any cars. And we go, well, what do we do with all of our equipment? They go, well, I guess you'll have to carry it all. So you'd have guys carrying camera dollies, which probably weigh 1,500 pounds, like 8 guys on this dolly carrying it over like the crest of a mountain. It's just the kind of experiences you can't get working on any other movie.
Jerry produces independent movies, so that's
exactly.
so like an independent film. Too. Yeah, exactly. Let's go out to Russia now. Alina has a question for you guys and wants to know if you guys added something to these characters to make them your own. Obviously, you did, but was something that kind of stood out, from doing the research and seeing how they were played on radio before that you knew you wanted to maybe bring something different to each of the roles?
I mean, for me, it was important to see like I said, to give as much back to the human beings, the Native Americans, as possible, and to show that they have a fantastic sense of humor, very dry and very, so that was kind of, really for me.
And for you, Army, the Lone Ranger is such an iconic character. When you did all the research and you looked at everybody who played him before, what is something you wanted to be sure to add to it and make it your own?
I think it's the thing that was the most important for the character, which is just a semi-inflated sense of justice. The idea of, I'm going to bring law and order to this place. That was what the original Lone Ranger was all about. That's what our Lone Ranger is all about. And it's just about figuring out how you do that.
In France, Johnny, they want to know, how long did it take for you every day in the makeup chair?
Well, we got it down pretty to about an hour and a half, a couple hours.
When you slept in it?
Oh yeah, I did sleep in it a number of times, which was you really can't go into a restaurant at that point.
and it also smells exactly as it looks.
Yeah.
In Venezuela, they want to know, what was the funniest thing that happened while shooting? You guys are, across 5 states, you're on these huge sets. I would imagine there was a moment or something that just kind of changed the tone of what you guys were doing, or something that really stood out for you, Johnny. Just a funny day, maybe, that comes to mind.
Well, I got to fall off a horse at top speed. I mean, you know, when you're in those situations, when you're in the trenches, when you're in the, you know, the muck out there with everyone, and everyone's working hard, and everyone's working for the same thing, from you know, craft services, which, you know, all the way up. And it's like a family. I mean, so it's like basically it's like the circus comes to town. So every day was fun, funny, miserable at times, but you know, I mean,
You buried your heads,
we were buried in, yeah.
and the crew just left.
They came back the next
You
day,
came
though.
back.
Yeah.